All right, so I have added on to my strategy. On the top, I'm still using the parabolic SAR, and what I'm looking for is step number one. I want the PSAR to flip over. I'm currently trading on the 2 minute chart for 4 minutes. The PSAR has flipped over. Next, I have two EMAs. The first one is a period of 24, and the style on it is red. I like to make them 3 to 5 because I like my lines big and thick so that I can see them. But again, the input is a 24 period and it's EMA. I always use EMA. I never use SMA. My second EMA, the period is going to be a 6 and it's red. I'm sorry, it's green. My green EMA is my money line. If this green one is below the red, we know that it's a sell. If the green line is above the red, we know that it's a buy. So on the top half, these indicators are letting us know strictly if it's a buy or a sell. First thing we want to know is, did the PSAR flip over? Second thing we want to know is, where is the green line? So if the PSAR is on the top, we know that it's a sell. Secondly, if this green line is below the red, we know that it's a sell. So that is the reason why I took the sell. Next, down on this side, this is what I like to call my energy center, because on the bottom half, I only care about what these are doing so that I can dictate the energy. So if these blocks on the Williams are large and they're below the -50, then I know for sure that it's a sell. If these blocks are on the high side above the 50, then I know that it's a buy. And the last piece of this is the MACD. I want the green line on the MACD to cross below the red. If it does that, then I know 100% for sure that it is definitely a sale. And I also want to look at the size of these blocks. If these blocks are large and it's red, the green line is coming below the red, and this is a big, large red box, then once again, I know that it's a sale. So step number one, did the PSAR flip? Yes, it did. It's showing us a sale because the PSAR is on the top. Step number two, this green line is below the red. Step number three, the Williams percentage blocks, bars, whatever you want to call it, is below -50. They are very large and they are over the red line. And the final step is that the MACD has crossed below. This green line is below this red, and the MACD box, block, candle, whatever you want to call it, is also red. That's how we know 100% for sure that it is definitely a sale. All right, let's go find another candle or another pair. All right, here, not so much. We know that it's, well, and we just won that trade. All right, so we know that this one is not matching up because number one, the PSAR is on the top, which is indicating that it's a sale. Now here, the green line is actually below. However, we see that there's a green candle coming back that way. Green means buy, it's not a sale. So we know that that's not matching up. The next issue is the fact that the Williams percentage blocks are also moving towards the 50, going towards the buy side. Second problem that we have, or the third problem that we have or issue, is that once again, the green line, it is below the red, but when we look here as far as the energy, this is kind of moving back and forth like it wants to go towards the buy, and this is green. We want this block to be red. So what we're looking for in order to enter a sale for this, number one, we want the PSAR to be here. Number two, we want this green line to be below the red, but we also want a red candle. Third thing is we want this to come down. And the fourth piece to this is that even though this green is below the red, we really need a red box here. So because this box is not red, I'm not going to take that trade. It doesn't mean that I won't be able to win it. It's just I will have a higher percentage of actually winning the trade if this box is red. Same issues here. Now this one actually looks pretty good. We have a sale here. Our green line is coming below the red. We have a sale here. Very large boxes, same thing, green line below the red. We are going to enter for a sale. Now, while that's happening, I'm going to go down to a lower time frame. And I want to just kind of discuss how the energy affects these candles. So what we know is that, oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted 1 minute. Okay. So what we know when we look at this chart is that in order for us to get a 10-second candle, we got to have a 5-second. In order to get a 15-second, we got to have a 10-second. In order for a 30, we got to have a 15. Each one of these goes into the next one in order to make it be what it is. So we want to look at the 5-second candle first. And I'm going to do this for 1 minute. And I generally like to start off at $1 and just keep on building. So the first thing I would do is come here and I see that, okay, we definitely have a sale here. But what we want to wait for is to see if this is going to turn red. So since it turned red, I'm going to go ahead and enter a sale on the 5-second and I'm going to hold it for 1 minute. Now, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to come to the 10-second and I'm going to continue to watch and see what happens. So here the PSAR has flipped over, which is the first indication that that's going to turn into a buy. But the next thing that we need to see is that this green is going to cross above this red. And if it does that, I'm going to take a buy once this runs out. I'm still waiting. Still don't have the cross I'm looking for. Still don't have the cross I'm looking for. Looks like it's actually going to go back down into a sale. What I care about the most is what this green line is doing. This green line right now is showing me a sale, but I can't go into a sale until this decides that it wants to drop and that PSAR is flipped over. The PSAR flipped over. I need a little bit more here on the Williams. I have red at the bottom and the MACD is crossed, but I just need a little bit more on the Williams. It's consolidating more. It's moving sideways. Let's see if we can get more of a drop. A little bit more. I actually want the line to touch. There it is. Now we're going to enter a sale. And the 2-minute chart trade did hit. So now what we want to do is we want to watch this one. The green line is still down. The PSAR is still on the top, which are indication that it is a sale. The more energy that you have here, with this line being below the -50 as well as touching below this red line, is a firm indication of a sale. So we hit that trade. I'm going to do one more. All right, I'm going to buy this one. The reason I bought it is the green line is above the red. PSAR is pushing up. Green, not green line, but the green line here, our Williams line is actually over it. It was over it when I actually entered into that trade. So let's see how it pans out. And we're going to roll on to the 10-second chart next. Yeah, we missed that trade. Looks like it's gone into a sale now, but since this candle is green, I'm not going to enter. As well as we're still waiting to see if this MACD is actually going to cross, because right now it's just kind of like stuck together, kind of consolidating, moving forward instead of up or down. PSAR has flipped. However, we don't have a cross here. I don't want to enter until I get that cross. It's touching, but not really significant enough yet. Let's see what the next candle does. And we got it that time. Let's go ahead and enter a buy. PSAR is on the bottom. Green line has crossed over the red EMA. Same thing here. We got the Williams way over the green and above the -50. Same thing here. We have the EMA that has crossed up, as well as we have green energy here. It's kind of going back and forth, but it's definitely in for a buy. And there you have it. We won that trade. So, as I said before, you can use this on any time frame. I like to trade on for 1 minute. I'll start off at the 5 and I'll go all the way up to 2 minutes. Reason being is because each one of these is pushing for the next chart, is pushing for the next candle to be what it's going to be. On the 2 minute chart, I like to hold it for 4 minutes. What we're looking for, your first indicator that you want to look for is going to be the PSAR. Is your PSAR above or below? If it's above, we know that it's a sell. If it's on the bottom, we know that it's pushing up for a buy. Second thing you want to look for is your EMA. What is this green line doing? If the green line is below the red, it's a sell. If the green line is above the red, it's a buy. Next thing you want to look at is how big are these? What kind of energy is it? If it's below the -50, it's a sale. If it's above the -50, it's a buy. And then the last indicator is your MACD. What is the green line doing? If it's below, we know it's a sale. If it's above, it's a buy. But whether it's above or below, we want to check the energy here. Right here, we know that this is considered to be a sale, but because this box is green, that's letting me know that you have some energy that's fighting to push that back up, which is why you have a wick there. If this turns red, then I would actually enter that as a sale, which it just did. But it's kind of teetering back and forth, so I'm not going to take it. I hope I was able to help in sharing with my strategy, and have a great evening.